This week in memes, gun girl Kaitlin Bennett attempts to protest by talking to people on the street just to have her interview spew misinformation all over herself in more ways than one. Bernie Sanders calls someone a liar on national TV, or at least that's what Elizabeth Warren wants you to think. And finally, TikTok suddenly discovers that men are able to taste things through their taste balls. Shouldn't that say taste buds? No?
So, hey, okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer, okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer.
Hello, SumitoMedia. I am from Nigeria. When my village was hit by a rocket, I have no hope left in the whole world. After I find your YouTube channel, I finally decide to kill myself. Thank you, Sumito.
Okay, but like we can't screen the viewer mail before it goes in the episode? Like this one's just a kid in Africa saying he's gonna kill himself. I don't even think he watches the show. Whatever. Anyway, our first story is about Kaitlin Bennett. You may know her as Gun Girl, the girl who took her graduation photo with an AK-47 strapped to her back. I know it's not an AK-47, I'm just trying to piss off you gun nerds. It's clearly an Uzi, right? Now, from what I can piece together, it looks like Kaitlin was upset because she realized that her tuition was being used to put tampons in men's bathroom and other transgender-friendly things on campus. So as a result, she decided to take it upon herself to interview a bunch of her current colleagues to see how they felt about the situation, and this happened.
Starting an initiative on campus here at UK to be more inclusive to women who have penises, and we can put urinals in the women's restroom for them.
Sounds fantastic.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, let's take it one step close, more for inclusivity here on campus.
One step further is the very simple phrase you were trying to remember there.
And put free tampons and pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods.
Sounds great.
Okay. You don't see anything wrong with those statements?
No.
What men do you know with periods?
General use ones like in Willie T have pads. I use them pretty often.
It's a strong attempt, Kaitlin. Maybe you just got somebody on the other side of the argument, huh? Maybe they're not as passionate about what people do in the bathroom as you are. Let's take another shot. I'm sure this next one will go better.
What do you think about putting tampons and pads in the men's restroom here on campus for men who have periods?
Yeah, absolutely. That's essential. Yeah.
By God. Did you tell them to seek medical help if men are having periods?
Well, trans men have periods.
Oh, okay. Okay, explain that one to me.
You'd think in a conversation that pretty specifically includes trans people, Kaitlin Bennett would take the time to learn what a trans person is, but apparently not.
How would you feel if someone with a penis used the women's restroom?
That's fine. I'm not looking at anyone's genitals. I probably wouldn't even know.
What if somebody in the women's restroom stood up to pee?
I don't really watch other people pee. It's just not something I do.
But what about the tampons in the men's room?
At least these conversations couldn't get any more awkward, right? Foreshadowing.mp4.
Well, I think there's one. Your name's Kaitlin Bennett, right?
Mm-hmm. What's your name?
Mustafa. I think there's one really important question, and that's, did you shit yourself at a frat party?
Why aren't you talking about that when we're talking about soup? You know what? We should go.
Oh, I knew there had to be some hypocrisy here. You're telling me the girl who's this obsessed with what everybody else is doing in the bathroom doesn't even use one and just shits herself on the floor of a frat party? I mean, I'm gonna take that at face value.
What do you think about putting urinals in women's restrooms? I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. But aren't you the girl that pooped her pants? I don't understand why you're bringing that up. What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Now, this is a natural phenomenon in life that we call mematic justice, a phrase that means nothing because I made it up just now, but how ironic is that? The girl who's going around policing what people should and should not be able to do in their bathroom herself doesn't know how to use a bathroom because she shit herself at a frat party at Kent State. I mean, I'm not saying that to be true, but with multiple people coming up and asking her during interviews, hey, aren't you Kaitlin Bennett, the girl who shit herself at a frat party at Kent State? You have to start to wonder whether or not Kaitlin Bennett shit herself at a frat party at Kent State.
You're with Kaitlin Bennett, aka Gun Girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it true that you shit yourself at a Kent State party?
It's not. Is it true that you just lied to me in order to...
You shit your pants at a Kent State party?
Yeah, she definitely did. Barstool's
At the end of the day, there's an old proverb that goes along the lines of, you can build 100 bridges, but they won't necessarily call you a bridge builder. You can break down 100 mountains, but they won't necessarily call you the mountain destroyer. But if you shit yourself at a Kent State frat party just one time, they will always call you the girl who shit herself at a Kent State frat party.
Kaitlin Bennett is so mad about her tuition going to tampons in the men's restroom and urinals in the women's restroom, and I know why. It's because she'd rather her tuition go to adult diapers so she can pee-pee and poo-poo in her pants like a big girl.
Our next story takes us to the Democratic presidential debate hosted by CNN, a sentence of which 0 words I understand in its entirety. What I do understand is that some chick named Elizabeth Warren stepped up to meme wizard himself Bernie Sanders and accused him of calling her a liar on national TV. She of course did this with her microphone still on, and the whole thing seems a tiny bit staged.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
What?
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion, we'll have that discussion. You called me, you told me. All right, let's not do it now.
I don't want to get in the middle of it. I just want to say hi, Bernie.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Now, I don't really watch these presidential debates, mainly because I think a reality TV show disguised as a debate isn't really going to change who you think should be president, but also because I spend my time watching other stuff, like the new season of Sex Education on Netflix, which I still can't tell if I like. I feel like that's the case with a lot of the stuff I watch nowadays, though.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid whore.
Users on TikTok have discovered an article from 2013 that stated that men's testicles have taste buds, evidently for reproductive reasons, but in practical use, they can actually detect sweetness. So naturally, they've been dipping their balls in some Thousand Island dressing. Why? Cause I got depression.
Did y'all know that if a dude puts his balls in something, he can taste it? He can taste it? I wish I was kidding. I wish I was. I'm not.
In all seriousness, this has led to an increase of men dipping their balls into something to see if they can taste it. Some were smart enough to try this with, like, sugar water.
Fellas, I don't know if you knew this or not. I just saw this on Twitter. We can taste sweet shit through our nuts, through my balls. I'm definitely trying it. I'm putting sugar water in a pot, see how this turns out. That shit worked!
Other people were not as smart, and were so excited to try out whether or not they could taste stuff with their balls that they just grabbed the closest thing to them, which sometimes were lemons?
I just saw on Twitter that you can taste stuff through your nuts. I happen to have a lemon tree right here, and I'm gonna see if I can taste it. Stop! Stop!
Dad, I discovered the cure for AIDS. Nigga, discover some bitches. Dad, I can't focus on that right now.
Our next story is less of a story and more of a question. Apology for bad English. Where were you when Club Penguin died? I was at house eating Dorito when phone ring. Club Penguin is kill. No. Club Penguin is kill is a meme that I've been seeing popping up on Reddit and around the internets for a little while now, but it's actually a very, very old meme. In fact, I think it's actually the first meme I ever bumped into on 4chan, like as soon as I got my computer. Like I must have been like 14 or something, bumped into this exact thread, and this is the green text that the Club Penguin is kill is parroting. It's a dude who apparently is from Russia and types out, apology for poor English. Where were you when Heath Legend dies? He's talking about Heath Ledger, by the way. I was sat at home drinking brain fluid when Fred ring. Heat is die. No. And you? I don't think I appreciated what I had stumbled on in its infancy. I mean, how could you? I didn't have the knowledge I have now of internet nuances and memes, and who would have known from looking at that thread that it would carry on? 10 years later, we're seeing the Club Penguin version. But it's fantastic. Apology for poor English. Where were you when John Lennon dies? I was sat at home eating smegma... I was sat at home eating smegma butter when pure... I don't even know how to say it. John is kill. No. What about this guy? In car. Car in tire loses. Car moved to side. Man repair call to my car. Fixed tire works great. Man repair gets call a phone. Hello. John is kill. Tells me John is kill. I was at vault counting my billions of dollars when phone ring. Windows 7. Where were you when This Week in Memes scrolled past 10 minutes? I was busy watching the episode when SumitoMedia told me to hit the smash button and subscribe. No. I probably could have done that better, but you get the idea. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss This Week in Memes every week. A big shout out to my Patreon supporters, which I have now. Never expected that. Your names are listed in the description. Thank you. Remember to hit the like button if you want, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace.